What happens when two powerhouse singers with decades of experience sit down for what should have been a normal interview, but instead turns into one of the most intense clashes in recent talk show history? You're about to hear about a conversation that begins with kindness, but quickly spins into a fiery debate over artistry, the music business, politics, and personal respect, ending with one legend storming off set in front of a shocked audience. Before we get into this wild moment, make sure you hit that subscribe button and leave a comment below, because you won't believe how this plays out. Trust me, you'll want to stay for every word of this exchange. The Jennifer Hudson Show had been enjoying strong ratings from successful interviews with music icons, and booking Stephanie Mills looked like another perfect match for the format. Mills, the Tony Award-winning Broadway star who originated the role of Dorothy in The Wiz and gave us unforgettable songs like Home and Never Knew Love Like This Before, was scheduled to talk about her upcoming tour and reflect on her extraordinary 5-decade career in entertainment. When the cameras started rolling that afternoon, Jennifer Hudson, dressed in a classy burgundy blazer, greeted Mills with her trademark warm smile. The crowd cheered loudly as Mills, looking regal in a navy dress with silver accents, made her way to the guest chair. The atmosphere was buzzing with excitement as fans of both artists prepared to see two vocal giants in the same space. "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the legendary Stephanie Mills," Hudson announced, her rich voice carrying through the studio. Mills waved to the audience with grace, her smile genuine as she sat down across from Hudson. "Thank you for having me, Jennifer. It's truly wonderful to be here," Mills said, her voice holding the same strength that had captivated audiences for decades. "And I have to say, I'm so proud of everything you've achieved, from American Idol to an Oscar win to hosting your own show." "You've done it all," Hudson beamed, leaning forward. "That means so much coming from you, Miss Mills. You've inspired so many of us with your voice, your Broadway work, and your ability to stay true to your artistry throughout your career. It's remarkable." "Well, I appreciate that," Mills responded, shifting in her chair. "When you've been in this industry as long as I have, you learn quickly that staying true to yourself and your craft is everything. That's what I've always focused on, whether on Broadway or in the studio." "Speaking of that," Hudson continued, "let's talk about your new tour. What can fans look forward to?" Mills's face lit up. "Oh, Jennifer, I'm so excited. We're calling it the Legacy Tour because I want to take people on a journey through my entire career. Broadway songs, R&B hits, gospel, and even a few tracks I've never sung live before." "That sounds amazing," Hudson said. "And I have to ask, will you be performing Home from the Wiz?" "That song gives me chills every time." Mills laughed warmly. "Of course. You can't have a Stephanie Mills concert without Home. That song changed my life, and I know it's touched so many others. Every time I sing it, I still get emotional." The conversation flowed easily as they discussed Mills's Broadway beginnings, her shift into recording, and her thoughts on modern R&B. Hudson asked thoughtful questions, even sharing some of her own experiences, but then she leaned back with a smile. "You've seen so much change in this industry. What do you think about how music is created today compared to when you started?" Mills paused. "Well, Jennifer, that's a big question. Technology has completely transformed the process. But what worries me is that we may have lost some of the raw emotion that comes from really living with a song." Hudson nodded, but her expression shifted slightly. "I still think a lot of authentic music is being made today. Artists like me put everything into our songs." Mills tilted her head. "Oh, I'm not saying today's artists don't care. I'm saying the system often pushes speed and quantity over quality. That affects the final product." "Don't you think that's a bit unfair?" Hudson asked, her tone pleasant but edged. "My last album took 2 years. I worked with amazing producers, and every song mattered to me." "Jennifer, I'm not attacking you," Mills replied, her voice calm but firm. "But since you brought up your album, how many writers were credited on your last single?" 6, Hudson admitted after a pause. 6 writers, Mills repeated slowly. "When I recorded Never Knew Love Like This Before, it was just me and Reggie Lucas in a room with a piano. We lived with that song for months. That's the difference I'm talking about." The audience grew quieter as the tension rose. Hudson's posture stiffened. "With all respect, I think you're romanticizing the past. Collaboration has always been part of music. Even Motown used teams. Collaboration, yes, Mills said sharply. But there's a difference between true collaboration and assembly line production. When too many people write one song, where's the personal connection? Hudson's composure began to slip. That doesn't mean the music is less authentic. I pour my soul into everything I record. Mills leaned forward, eyes flashing. Jennifer, I'm not questioning your soul. I'm questioning a system obsessed with streams instead of timeless art. And honestly, I'm surprised someone of your talent defends mediocrity. The word mediocrity struck like a spark. Excuse me? Did you just call my music mediocre? Hudson shot back. I didn't say that, Mills replied. But if you're hearing it that way, maybe you need to think about why. From that moment on, the exchange only escalated until finally, Mills rose from her chair, removed her microphone, and delivered a blistering speech about authenticity, respect, and the responsibility of artists to hold on to high standards. With every sentence, the audience sat frozen, knowing they were watching history unfold. By the time Mills walked off the set, leaving Jennifer Hudson shaken and close to tears, the studio had witnessed one of the most dramatic talk show moments in years. Hudson sat in stunned silence before finally turning back to the cameras. We'll be right back after this commercial break. The clash left viewers buzzing. What do you think about Stephanie Mills's decision to leave? Was she right to call Jennifer Hudson out, or did she push things too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this one.